Okay. So this is where we have stopped. So how the tool is designated in ASA and ORS systems. And of course, we have seen the conversion. After that, this is the slide. So you can just okay, recall that how tool is represented in ASA and ORS systems. So all of you must remember this sequence, and you should also remember this gamma y. Where is this gamma y? Okay, you have to imagine the cutting tool and identify where is that gamma y. So the sequence is important. Back rake angle, side rake angle. This is clearance angle. Okay, you can call it as end clearance angle or back clearance angle. Alpha x is also clearance angle. This is side clearance angle. Phi E undercutting edge angle. Phi S side cutting edge angle. R nose radius in inches. That is ASA. Coming to ORS. So first angle is lambda is inclination angle, orthogonal rake angle, orthogonal clearance angle, auxiliary orthogonal clearance angle. This is auxiliary cutting edge angle, principal cutting edge angle. R is nose radius in mm. So all of you must remember this sequence. So then only you can solve some problems. So next type of tool designation is in NRS. So there is very slight difference between NRS and ORS systems. So if you see in NRS system, it is a normal rake system. It utilizes 3 reference planes in order to measure various tool angles. Of course, 3 reference planes are used in all other cases also in ASA and ORS. But here in NRS system, those 3 planes are not mutually perpendicular. So we'll see how those what are those 3 planes and what are their orientations also. So first one is reference plane pi r. So there is no change in pi r. Pi r is same in ASA, ORS and NRS systems. In all these 3 systems, pi r is same. So what is pi r? It is a plane perpendicular to the cutting velocity vector. Okay, this is always true for ASA, ORS and NRS. So there is no change in this pi r. Now next is cutting plane pi c. Cutting plane pi c is a plane perpendicular to reference plane pi r and contains the principal cutting edge of the tool. So this is same for ORS, NRS. In ASA there is no cutting plane. So ideally cutting plane should be shown along this edge. Okay, that is pi c. And the next is normal plane pi n. So this is the new one. So it is a plane perpendicular to the principal cutting edge of the tool. Up to this point, it is similar to pi o. But normal plane may not be perpendicular to the reference plane pi r and cutting plane pi c. However, normal plane is always perpendicular to principal cutting edge. That is the condition. So pi n, if you see pi o is perpendicular to pi c. Pi o and pi c are perpendicular. We have seen that in ORS system. Now what is pi n? This one. This plane is pi n plane. So pi n plane is perpendicular to the principal cutting edge only. It is not perpendicular to pi r and pi c. In fact, it is perpendicular to the rake surface. Okay. Pi n is perpendicular to rake surface. Rake surface. Or simply principal cutting edge is a part of rake surface only. Is it clear? Pi n is perpendicular to rake surface. It is not perpendicular to pi r or pi c. So if it is perpendicular to pi r and pi c, it becomes pi o only, orthogonal plane. Okay, orthogonal plane. So that is the difference between pi o and pi n. Is it clear? Sorry. Please ask me if you have any doubt regarding pi n orientation. Now next is normal rake angle. So we have defined pi n now. So what is normal rake angle? Gamma n, represented by gamma n. It is similar to gamma O. Similar, not same. There is a difference. So let us see. So it is the angle of orientation of tool's rake surface from the reference plane pi r and measured in normal plane pi n. So what we are saying is this. So this is a top view. It is on pi r plane. So this is principal cutting edge angle pi. This is auxiliary cutting edge angle pi 1. Okay, we all know this. Now coming to the, if you take a line along a plane along this edge, which is perpendicular to pi r, that is pi c. Okay, if you take a plane perpendicular to pi c, so that is pi o. So if you see the side view, then it is difficult to show pi n in top view. Okay, because it is not exactly perpendicular to the pi r plane. So you take this view, that means this is projected on pi c plane. Pi c plane, consider pi c plane. So this is pi r and pi o is perpendicular to pi r. Okay, so this is pi r, perpendicular to that is pi o. Understood? But our pi n is perpendicular to this principal cutting edge. This one. That is the difference. Pi n is perpendicular to this edge, whereas pi o is perpendicular to this here. So now if you project this cutting tool on pi o plane, okay, this we have seen earlier. You'll have orthogonal clearance angle. Okay. And this is the thing now. So this is not gamma n, this is a mistake. This is gamma o. Okay. And you are projecting it on pi o plane. Similarly, if you cut this tool along pi n and project it on this pi n plane, so whatever angle you will get is gamma n here. It is normal rake angle and alpha n is normal clearance angle. So that is the difference between these two systems. Is it clear? If you have any doubt, please ask me. And if you carefully observe the features, so this is lambda, there is a difference of lambda here. So same lambda will come here. Okay. The angle between pi n and pi o is lambda, inclination angle, equivalent to the inclination angle. Now you can understand all these definitions. Gamma n is here. So how do you define this gamma n? It is the angle of orientation of tool's rake surface from the reference plane pi r. So this is pi r. Okay, and measured on normal plane pi n. Okay. So that is gamma n. So then normal clearance angle alpha n. So you can represent, you can see this in okay graphical view. Then you can give the definition. The angle of orientation of tool's principal flank surface from the cutting plane pi c. Okay. So this is pi c now. This is pi r. Pi c and measured on normal plane pi n. Auxiliary normal clearance angle. Now this again is similar to the auxiliary orthogonal cutting angle. Okay. Auxiliary orthogonal clearance angle alpha O prime. So it is the angle of orientation of the tool's auxiliary flank surface from the auxiliary cutting plane pi c prime and measured on auxiliary normal plane pi n prime. Maybe. So it is similar to the alpha O prime. Okay. So here the thing you have to understand is pi n plane is perpendicular to the principal cutting edge and it need not be perpendicular to pi r and pi c, and there is a difference of there is okay angle between pi n and pi o is lambda. So those are the things you have to identify. So in orthogonal rake system, this is how you will represent the tool signature. Lambda is inclination, gamma n is normal rake angle, alpha n is normal clearance, alpha n prime is the auxiliary normal clearance, pi 1 is auxiliary cutting edge angle, pi is principal cutting edge nose radius. So here only gamma n, alpha n prime, these are the different things. Otherwise remaining things are same as ORS system. So instead of gamma O you have alpha n, sorry gamma n. So here instead of alpha O you have alpha n. This is alpha O prime in O. Okay, this is ORS system, second one. So that is the difference between ORS and NRS systems. So if you observe carefully, so in NRS system we are defining the tool geometry completely based on tool only. I mean tool rake surface and flank surface. In ORS we are using that pi r reference plane, okay, perpendicular to that. So we were not making use of the rake surface there. Okay, no plane is along the, I mean perpendicular to the rake surface. So here this ASA system, ORS system, NRS system, there are different types of systems. So ASA system is useful when you are observing the cutting tool with respect to the workpiece, or when you want to see the features of the okay cutting tool. This ORS system is used for analytical purpose. When you want to measure some forces coming onto the tool and you want to analyze the, okay, you want to do some calculations and okay analysis, then ORS system is useful. ORS system is easy to understand the cutting mechanism. So that's why ORS is used for okay research purpose, analytical purpose, etc. ASA is simply to understand the cutting tool geometry. Okay, very simple to understand ASA. Now this normal rake system is used when you want to grind the cutting tool. Okay, when you are operating the cutting tool, so cutting edge will become blunt after some time. So then you may have to grind this rake surface, flank surfaces, and bring it to the required angles again, same rake angle, etc. So when you are doing that, this normal rake system is better compared to ORS system, because now we are considering the plane perpendicular to the rake system directly, rake surface. And there is one more advanced, advanced means a little bit new compared to NRS system. This is MRS system, maximum rake system. So here it consists of one rake angle known as maximum rake angle, one clearance angle known as minimum clearance angle. So in this system, we will talk about two angles only: maximum rake angle, minimum clearance angle. So these are the two most important angles when you are grinding the cutting tool. So we should not grind the cutting tool beyond the maximum rake angle. Means rake angle should not exceed that value, and you should not clearance angle. So you have to provide the minimum clearance angle only. Understand? Minimum clearance angle is the requirement. Beyond that, you can provide. Understand? Because there should be minimum clearance between workpiece and the cutting tool. There should be a minimum inclination. Then cutting will be smooth. So it can be beyond that also. Okay. Similarly, rake angle can be maximum at some particular value. So beyond that, if you are taking the rake angle tool will become too thin. Okay, then it may break. So there are limits. Now let us try to see what is this maximum rake system. That means maximum rake angle and minimum clearance angle. Let us try to see them graphically. So before that, we will understand what is master line. So you could see master line is the line of intersection between the reference plane pi r and any of the three tool point surfaces. What are three tool point surfaces? Point surfaces. These are the this is the tool point or the tool tip. So planes containing the tip are all three surfaces. So one is a rake surface. So the other one is principal flank here. So this is auxiliary flank. Okay. So these are the three surfaces. So master line is intersection of these planes with pi r plane. Okay, those are different master lines. Now master line for rake surface. It is the line of intersection between the reference plane pi r and the rake surface of the cutting tool. Okay, this is the rake surface, and intersection of this plane with pi r plane will give you the master line for rake surface. In fact, this master line is nothing but we have seen some triangles. Okay, this kind of triangle we have seen earlier. So this line, okay, all the points are on one single line. That is now nothing but a master line for that particular plane. Okay. So this is about rake master line for rake surface. Similarly, for principal flank also we have seen one triangle system we have seen for clearance angles. So the line now, master line for principal flank surface is line of intersection between the reference plane pi r and principal flank surface of the cutting tool. So here also we have seen one triangle in 3D. So for that triangle also you have a line, okay, going through several points, 4 points. So that is the master line for that flank surface. Similarly, master line for auxiliary flank surface, it is the line of intersection between the reference plane pi r and auxiliary flank surface of the cutting tool. So it is also similar, okay, for this surface, flank surface, if you consider. Is it clear? Have you understood what is master line? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So it is simple. Master line is the intersection of any one of those 3 planes passing through the cutting point with pi r plane. That's it. Now let us have a look at this maximum rake angle in MRS system, maximum rake angle system. So okay. So consider ASA. So in ASA we had this kind of a triangle we have seen. Okay. So A at the top, B at the bottom, there is a vertical line. And this is the master line for the rake surface, this green one. Okay. Now we are talking about ASA system. So consider triangle BDC. Let us see this. And before that, you have drawn a vertical line onto line EC from B. From point B, you have drawn a vertical line onto EC. So that is intersecting this EC line at M. Okay. Now let us consider this triangle BDC. Okay. So this is a gamma max. Now what is gamma max? Angle between BM and AM. If you view this triangle, ABM triangle, so this angle is maximum rake angle that is possible. If you see this triangle, let us say ABF triangle. So whatever you can draw those triangles also with T length. So you will see that, okay, alpha is less, no, sorry, gamma is less than this. Similarly at any other angle. Only when this is vertical, you are getting the maximum rake angle. You carefully observe. If you have any doubt, you please ask me. You can consider BF, AD also and view them perpendicularly and see this gamma value. So you will observe that those gamma values are less than this. So gamma max is possible when you are drawing a vertical onto this. Okay. Line EC. Now consider that BDC triangle. BDC triangle. So we are calculating the area. Half BC into BD will give you the area of the triangle. Okay, base into height. That is one way of writing the area. That is also equal to the half DC. You are taking DC as the side and height will now, okay, be AM is the height. Sorry, not AM, it is BM. Okay, B, from B only we have drawn this line. This is BM line, not AM line. Okay. And of course, both are coinciding. You have to consider BM, okay, which is at the bottom. So now you can rewrite this as half BCBD is equal to, this DC is rewritten as under root of BC square plus BD square. Now you divide both sides with BC, BD and BM. Okay, and half is anyhow is getting cancelled. So it will be this 1 by Bm is equal to square root of 1 by Bd square plus 1 by Bc square. So this is nothing but 1 by Bm is equal to tan gamma max. Okay, gamma max. We have just seen the triangle at the beginning. 1 by Bd square is tan square gamma y Bd. So this line belongs to pi y. Similar, okay. So you are getting gamma y there. Similarly, if you consider BC, so this line belongs to pi x. So you are getting gamma x. Okay, so this is the relation between gamma max and gamma y and gamma x. So how will you find gamma max, maximum rake angle, when you know the rake angles in ASA system? Similarly, how do you find out maximum rake angle in ORS system? So concept is very much same. So you can take a triangle BFE. Now we are taking BFE. If you observe carefully, now we are considering this pi O and pi C. So pi O, pi C, they are okay, they belong to ORS system. So we are considering the triangle containing those. Okay. Earlier we had considered this pi y and pi x. Okay. Now same concept will apply again. It is, if you consider the area BEF, so it is BF into BE half EF into BM. Okay, so we have considered EF as the side and BM is the height. So again, so it will be EF is equal to BF square plus BE square into BM. So divide both sides with the BF, BE and BM. So again you will get 1 by BM is nothing but tan gamma max. So this will become tan square lambda plus tan square gamma. So BE. So BE here you have the, of course in 3D you have to see lambda angle. Okay. So we have seen the maximum rake angle case for ASA and ORS systems. Now we will see the minimum clearance angle. When will you get the minimum clearance angle? So ASA case. So for this, we have considered this triangle. This is not the same triangle that we have seen in the previous figures. This is a PO. This is a triangle. These are the triangles drawn for the principal flank surface. Okay. Now, when will you get the minimum clearance? Again, you have to draw a perpendicular to line AD. So why we are getting clearance, minimum clearance? If I go back, you may be able to understand it better. Just I'll show it once. Not this one. Just for better understanding, I'll show it graphically once. So there are so many animations, it is difficult. Yeah, consider this. Now we are talking about these triangles. Okay. Now I am saying that if I draw a vertical from O onto the line joining this DC, B and A line, okay, then we will get the minimum clearance angle. So you can see that graphically also, if I draw a vertical line here, okay. So that length of that vertical line will be small, isn't it? Smallest among all these OC, OD, okay, OB. If you consider, so the perpendicular line OM is the smallest. If OM is becoming small, what is happening? The flank surface is coming towards this, towards O, isn't it? Flank surface is coming towards O. Then the clearance angle is becoming minimum. So OM is the smallest. So you will have the minimum clearance there. Understand? So I hope you have got this point. If OM, okay. So OM is the smallest, that is the possible. Okay. OC is definitely greater than OM. OD is also greater than OM. So OM is the smallest. Then you will have the smallest clearance angle there. Is it clear? Why when you are drawing this OM, you are getting the minimum clearance angle, that you have to understand on this 3D representation. Okay, let us go to the derivation part. So that is OM. So alpha minimum is this. OPM, that is alpha minimum. So you consider now OBD. OBD. So again, ASA system. So OBD, you can write half OB into OD, that is also equal to half BD into OM. So same thing, now we are writing it as half OB square plus OD square into OM. OB square plus OD square into OM. So divide both sides using OB, OD, OM, and half anyhow, okay, will be cancelled out. So it will be 1 by OM square root of 1 by OD square plus 1 by OB square. So this is becoming cot alpha minimum is equal to square root of cot square alpha x plus cot square alpha y. So all the derivations are okay, very much similar to each other. Now coming to the ORS system, you consider triangle OCA. Now which triangle you are considering is important. Remaining procedure is same. OC into OA, that is equal to AC into OM. Half OC into OA is equal to half OC square plus OA square under root into OM. So divide both sides with OC, OA and OM. So 1 by OM is equal to this. So finally, cot alpha minimum is equal to square root of tan square alpha plus cot square alpha O. So that is the relation between alpha minimum and ORS system. Similarly, we have seen the relation between alpha minimum and ASA system, and gamma maximum and ASA system, gamma maximum and ORS system. So this is all about the tool geometry. Now let us have a look at few problems. So I request all of you to take your calculators. We'll see one or two problems here. So you have to tell the answers. I will not give any answers. I'll just, of course, give some hints or formula. I'll give. So all of you remember one thing. We have seen the relation between ASA and ORS. Okay. So those relations you have to remember. Okay. So what are the relations? Just I'll write down. Okay, these are the derivations we have seen earlier. So it will be, I'll write them here. Tan gamma y, tan gamma x. Okay. So that is equal to sin phi s, cos phi s, and cos phi s minus sin phi s is equal into tan lambda, sorry, first is tan gamma o, then tan lambda. So this is one relation. And of course, phi s can be replaced with 90 minus phi. So this is one relation. So another relation is, this one is cot alpha y, cot alpha x is equal to, you can write it as cos phi sin phi minus cos phi. Phi is different, phi s is different. Cot gamma y tan lambda. You can remember like this. Okay, these two relations all of you must remember. So some of the angles will be given and the other angles will be asked. So I am erasing these. Now have a look at this. So a cutting tool has been ground with a back rake of 8 degrees. So back rake angle is given to you. And side rake of 14 degrees. How much is the orthogonal rake? How much is the inclination angle? Given side cutting edge angle 15 degree. So you have this back rake angle. How do you represent back rake angle? What is the symbol? Back rake angle. Anybody? What is the symbol? Please respond. Now you have to do
Gamma y, sir.
gamma y. Yes. Okay. Gamma y is 8 degree. What is side rake angle? 14 degree means 14 degree is equal to
Gamma x.
Gamma x. Okay. So gamma y, gamma x are given now. What is asked? Orthogonal rake. What is orthogonal rake? What is its symbol?
Gamma
Orthogonal
naught.
rake. Yes. Gamma naught or gamma O. Inclination angle is lambda. So given side cutting edge angle is given. What is side cutting edge angle? What is its representation? Phi s is given as 15 degrees. So you should know what is given first. Then obviously using the relations that I have written. So using that relations, you can find out the remaining angles. So gamma y is 8 degree, gamma x is 14 degree, pi s is 15 degree. So that is what is given. Now you have to find gamma O. So all of you do this and tell me the answer. You know this relation. I'll write it down again just to calculate. Tan gamma y, tan gamma x is equal to sin phi s cos phi s again cos phi s minus sin phi s tan gamma O tan lambda. So this is the relation. Now find out the gamma O value. Okay, even yeah, you can find it either way. Using this relation, find out gamma O. If anybody gets the answer, please let me know. All of you try to do it here only, okay? Because otherwise you have to open it again and you may have to practice. So if you are practicing in class itself, that will reduce your preparation. Anybody? Anyhow, I am not calculating it. I am leaving it. Okay, I have given everything here. Okay, what is given, what needs to be found, and the required formula is also mentioned. So that is enough. Okay, you have to calculate that gamma O and lambda also. Phi is 75. Okay, if required, you can use phi. Otherwise, phi s is sufficient. Phi and phi s 90 minus. Okay, 90 minus phi s is 5. That's it. Similarly, we'll see other problems also. We have to identify what is given. That's it. During machining of AISI 1040 steel, a double carbide tool of, okay, it will be given like this: 0 degree, 10 degree, 6 degree, 6 degree, 8 degree, 75 degree, 1 mm. ORS shape has been used. What is the amount of back rake, side rake, and back clearance angles? So first identify that this is given in ORS system. Okay. So what is the first angle? In ORS, you should know the tool signature. Lambda, gamma O, alpha O, alpha O prime. So this is phi 1, phi, and nose radius r. So you have now, you know lambda, you know gamma O, you know alpha O. Okay, phi also is known to you. So what is the amount of back rake angle? Back rake is gamma y, side rake gamma x, clearance, back clearance, so alpha y. These are the things that are asked. Okay, so let us see this same thing here. Tool signature is this. okay, which I have already written there. So lambda is 0 from this, gamma is 10 degrees, gamma O, phi is 75. These are the required things. And to find gamma y, you have to find gamma y, gamma x, and alpha y. How will you find? So you know the relations. I have written the relations earlier. So use those relations and find out these values. Okay. I will not do all these calculations again, and okay, you can do those. Similarly, so please respond here at least. Then okay, we understand that you could solve these problems. The side and back clearance of a turning tool are both 6 degree. Now, what is side and back clearance? How will you represent side clearance angle? Side clearance angle. What is the representation or the symbol? Side clearance angle.
Alpha X.
Yes. Back clearance alpha y. So alpha x is equal to alpha y is equal to 6 degree. That is given. While the inclination angle is 5 degree. What is inclination angle? Its representation.
Lambda.
Lambda is given as 5 degrees. And the approach angle is 75 degrees. So what is approach angle? Its symbol. It is phi 75 degrees. If the auxiliary flank clearance is taken as 80% of principal flank clearance. Okay. So auxiliary flank clearance is taken as 80% of the principal flank clearance. Now what does it mean? So there is principal flank angle, clearance angle is there. So that means this is the relation. 80% of alpha O is alpha O prime. Now calculate the auxiliary flank clearance. Calculate this one. So alpha y, alpha x equal to 6 degree. This is the relation. Alpha O prime is equal to 80% alpha O. You have to find alpha O prime. Okay. So how will you find? You cannot find alpha O prime directly. You will find alpha O first. Okay. Then use that alpha O to find out alpha O prime. Approach angle is 60 degree means it is phi, not phi s. Phi s is side cutting edge angle, but they are talking about approach angle. So that is phi only. Now, cutting should be orthogonal. That is what is given. So in orthogonal, lambda is equal to 0. So that means if you want to convert, if you want to equate ASA with ORS system, if lambda becomes 0, ASA and ORS systems will become same. So that is the thing you have to observe. Cutting is orthogonal means lambda is equal to 0. Cutting is orthogonal, cutting tool is different. Cutting ORS system, we are not talking about ORS system. Cutting process is orthogonal. So what is orthogonal cutting we are going to see in the next chapter. But as of now, you remember that when lambda is 0, cutting becomes orthogonal. There is no inclination angle. Okay. And ASA and NRS systems will become okay. Yeah, ASA NRS, so we can not ASA and ORS. ORS be equals to NRS if lambda equal to 0. Okay, not ASA. Don't get confused. Okay. Lambda equal to 0 means cutting is orthogonal. So these are the points. ORS is equal to NRS if lambda is equal to 0. So this is implied either ways. If lambda is equal to 0, cutting is orthogonal. If cutting process is orthogonal, lambda is equal to 0. So these are the points. But anyhow, at this stage, we need only lambda equal to 0 from this cutting is orthogonal statement. So gamma y is equal to 8 degree, lambda is 0, that is given indirectly. Phi is 60 degree. So this point is important. This is 60 degrees phi. So you find out the gamma x value using the formula. So again, you can read this in an orthogonal cutting operation, orthogonal rake. What is this? Gamma O. Approach angle phi. Calculate the back rake, gamma y. Side rake, gamma x. If the principal cutting edge angle is changed to 90 degree, so this is one part. If principal cutting edge angle is changed to 90 degree, how much are the back and side rake? So this is the, if principal cutting edge angle, if phi is becoming a 90 degree, okay, so then ASA is equal to NRS. Sorry, ASA is equal to ORS. Isn't it? So that means cutting tool is something like this now. So there is no phi s. Phi s becomes 0. So ASA and ORS because phi c and phi c is coinciding with phi y. Okay, if phi is 90 degree. So that is anyhow, after calculation you will realize that. So cutting is orthogonal. So employs lambda equal to 0, gamma O is 10 degrees, lambda anyhow known, phi equal to 60 degrees. Now you have to find out gamma y, gamma x in first case. So for these cases, Now, if the principal cutting edge angle is changed to 90, so in the first case it is 60. In the second case, gamma there is no change, 10 degree, lambda equal to 0, there is no change. Phi is 90 degree. Now you find out. Okay, gamma y, gamma x. So gamma y, gamma x will become it will become 10 degree only. But anyhow, you have to calculate and see, because become gamma y if that is the case. Okay, we'll see if you fill in the blanks. Okay, we'll see them in the next class at least. So I'll give these problems in a PDF format and circulate. Otherwise, I'll give the slides to you. Okay. So all of you try to find out the answers for all these questions. Okay, you will get some practice. Then in the next class, we will see a few more problems. Okay, very few problems. So after that, we will go to the next topic. Okay, I'll share the slides today.
Yes, sir.
Practice, that's it. Okay. Okay, that's all for today. So any doubts? Anything to discuss in today's topic? Okay. So, okay, have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.